Hi everyone, it's Vicki here designing for Hip Kit Club, and it's Sketch Friday, and we have a sketch this week from the lovely Ashley Horton. There it is. It's super simple, but we also have a recipe to follow, and the recipe is a sprinkle of flowers, a dash of hearts, a splattering of charms, and a smidge of acetate. So I start off with the magical powders, which were in the April kit, and I'm just mixing some up into watercolour paint into my palette there. So you'll see the more you mix the pink, the more pink it goes. At first it looks very, very pale and washed out, but as you mix it, it becomes very vibrantly pink. So I just drew a circle on my layout, and now what I'm going to do is go around that circle with the three colours. So this is to represent the circles that you saw in the sketch. And I'm just putting some splatters on, and I like that, and I'm going to bring over some florals just to put on it to see what it looks like. I like the bright colours a bit, but actually I decide it's probably a bit too vibrant and bright. So what I do is I get some white acrylic paint, which I just water down, and I paint over it. So now those colours look much more muted. You can still see them, but they're more muted. And I just put a few more splatters on top of there and just dry that off. So that's something to do. If ever you make something too bright, too vibrant, a bit of white acrylic paint will, sort it out really easily. And I think, some people use white gesso to do that, but I knew I wanted to do some white acrylic splatters just like that. So I had the white acrylic paint out anyway, so it worked for me. So I'm just drying that off. And now I'm going to start to assemble the layout. And this is my photo. It's a photo of me and my youngest niece. She's just so cute, but we have similar smiles, big teeth smiles. So I thought it was quite a funny photo of us together. So one of the parts of the recipe is a sprinkle of flowers. So I've decided to fussy cut my flowers, and this piece of paper is great for that. It's just they're white, so I think they go really well on this muted background. So I'm just going to cut a few, and you don't have to watch all of that. In a moment, by the power of video, we're going to cut through it. So I quite like fussy cutting, and I just sort of watch some Netflix while I'm doing it, so it doesn't bother me at all. So there we go. So that's what I've got. I've cut out those flowers, and I'm just going through the die cuts just to see if there's anything else I want to put on there. And I pulled out, you'll see a heart there and a couple of flowers, which I don't actually use. Now I'm just looking through the other embellishments, deciding what to do. I've put a Project Life card behind the photo. Right, so here I'm taking out the 2x2 paper pad from Paige Evans. And I've just picked out a few colours, and I've got a little tiny heart punch, and I'm just punching out some flowers in coordinating colours. Sorry, hearts in coordinating colours. And I'm also cutting that heart out of the centre of that one. The part of the recipe that says a dash of hearts meant that I wanted to put quite a few hearts on there in line with the flowers. So I've cut those out now. I also want to use one of these tags, ready-made tags, because I think they look quite sweet on there, slightly overlapping the photo. And so that goes well there. So I'm just arranging everything around the page in the way that I think it's going to ultimately look. There's the charms. So a couple of those sunny, I think they're Maggie Holmes Sunny Days charms, which I put in there. I try out the different tag, but I really do like the blue one better, so that goes back in there. So I've put a piece of vellum behind the photo just to give a soft border over the background, and I'm going to add a piece of pink in there as well, just to layer that up a little bit, and then put the tag on. So I'm going to back that in a moment with foam, just to make it stand off the page a little. That's just sticky back foam, so I stick it to what I want to stick down, and then I put glue on the foam to stick it to the page. Or actually, in this case, I think I use my ATG gun. Yep, there we go. So I'm sticking that down, and so now I just need to assemble the flowers and the hearts around it. So begins the sticking down. So I stick these down at the end, so they're quite loose, so everything can sort of pick up and look dimensional, which I quite like. I quite like that look when you've got big flowers like this. So that little cluster there took a little while for me to think about, but once I'm happy with it, I stick those down. And I foam dot that centre one just for a bit of dimension, and I also foam dot the 2 hearts that go around there. Okay, and add in the charms, one there and one by the photo. That's for the splattering of charms. So I'm just sticking the hearts down, and then I pull out some acetate, which is actually the backing from the charms, and I cut a heart from it. And I think I'm going to paint it blue, but those paints really don't work on acetate, just so you know. No need for you to try it. I've failed already. So I use the white acrylic paint on it. And then I dry it with the heat tool, not from quite far away because I don't want to melt the acetate. And that actually works quite well. So the recipe called for acetate, and I completely forgot that there are acetate letters in the kit, so I could have used those, but anyway, it's something a bit different to do, right? I put some more white splatters on because I just feel like I'd like a few more on there, and then I am pulling out these exclusives. There are some hearts on there, so I just add a few more hearts in. And then I'm thinking about a title in a second. This one says, "I love your smile," just a little word sticker from there, and it goes quite well with those flowers. And then my title's going to be "Perfect Together." I put that because our smiles are the same, our big smiles, albeit hers very much cuter than mine. I thought it worked quite well. So there's the final layout. I hope you like it. I hope it gives you some inspiration for using the April kit and the sketch and the recipe. Some close-ups coming up, and that's it. Thanks for watching. I'd love if you would hit like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time. This has been Vicky for Hip Kit Club. Bye bye.